Bulls fans, the trade deadline is approaching fast, and our team is at a crossroads. Will we make a splash and go all in for a playoff push? Or is our roster not the real problem? Today, we're diving into your burning questions about potential trade targets, the development of our young guns, and whether a coaching change could turn this ship around. Stick around, because the moves we make in the next few weeks could shape the future of Chicago basketball for years to come. Let's break it all down. Welcome to Chicago Bulls News, your go-to source for the latest updates on the Windy City's favorite team. We've got you covered with breaking news, trade rumors, and in-depth analysis of everything Bulls. From United Center to the front office, we're bringing you the inside scoop. Hit subscribe and let's talk Bulls basketball. Today we're diving deep into the burning questions surrounding our beloved Chicago Bulls as we approach the 2025 NBA trade deadline. We've got a packed mailbag to sort through, with fans asking about potential trade targets and wondering if our coaching situation might be the real root of our problems. So grab your favorite Bulls gear, settle in, and let's break it all down. But before we jump in, make sure you're subscribed and have that notification bell ringing so you don't miss any of our Bulls coverage. Now, let's get to it. Alright, let's set the stage for where we're at. It's January 2025, and the Bulls find themselves in a familiar position hovering around .500, clinging to the fringes of playoff contention in the Eastern Conference. We've seen flashes of brilliance from our core of Zach LaVine, DeMar DeRozan, and Nikola Vucevic, but consistency has been our Achilles heel. Injuries have played their part, and our younger players like Patrick Williams and Ayo Dosunmu have shown promise, but haven't quite made the leap we were hoping for. Head coach Billy Donovan is now in his fifth season at the helm, and while he's guided us to a couple of playoff appearances, we haven't been able to break through that first-round ceiling. The front office duo of Art Raskarny-Ovas and Mark Eversley have some tough decisions ahead as the trade deadline approaches. With that context in mind, let's dive into our mailbag and see what moves, if any, could potentially push the Bulls to the next level. Who are some realistic trade targets the Bulls could pursue at the deadline to improve our roster? Great question, and there are a few intriguing options out there. Let's break down 3 potential targets that could address some of our needs. The sharpshooter from Serbia could be the perfect addition to boost our perimeter scoring. With Atlanta potentially looking to shake things up, Bogdanovic's elite three-point shooting and secondary playmaking could be a great fit alongside LaVine and DeRozan. A package centered around Kobe White and draft compensation might be enough to pique the Hawks' interest. Yes, I know the Knicks just acquired him last year, but hear me out. If New York decides to go all in on a superstar chase, Anunoby could become available. His elite perimeter defense and improving offensive game would give us the two-way wing we've been missing. It would likely cost us Patrick Williams and significant draft capital, but it could be the move that pushes us into serious contention. This one's a bit of a long shot, but Murray's name has been floating in trade rumors. He'd give us an elite defensive guard who can also create his own shot and set up teammates. A Murray-LaVine backcourt could be dynamite. The price would be steep, probably Dosunmu, White, and multiple first-round picks, but it's the type of swing for the fences that could vault us into the East's upper echelon. Remember, these are just potential targets. The trade market is fluid, and a lot can change between now and the deadline. But these are the types of players I believe the front office should be inquiring about. Instead of making a trade, could our young guys like Patrick Williams and Ayo Dosunmu take a big leap in the second half of the season? This is a crucial question because internal development is often the best path to improvement. Let's break it down player by player. Patrick Williams. P-Will has shown flashes of being the two-way force we envisioned when we drafted him 4th overall in 2020. His defensive versatility is there, but we're still waiting for him to consistently assert himself on offense. If he can become more aggressive in looking for his shot and improve his three-point consistency, it could be like adding a new player to our rotation without making a trade. Ayo Dosunmu. Ayo has been a pleasant surprise since we drafted him in the second round. His defense and energy are always there, but his offensive game still needs polish. If he can improve his outside shooting and become a more confident playmaker in the pick and roll, it would give our bench a significant boost. While it's possible for both to make strides, it's important to temper expectations. Mid-season leaps are rare, and betting on internal improvement alone is risky. That said, if either Williams or Dosunmu can elevate their game down the stretch, it could have a similar impact to making a trade. Is Billy Donovan really the right coach for this team? Maybe our problems are more about coaching than personnel? This is a sensitive topic, but it's one we need to address. Billy Donovan is a respected coach with a track record of success, both in college and the NBA. He's guided the Bulls to a couple of playoff appearances and has generally maximized the talent at his disposal. However, there are valid concerns. Offensive creativity. At times, our offense can become stagnant, relying too heavily on isolations for Levine and DeRozan. We need more movement and creativity to maximize our talent. Player development. While some young players have improved under Donovan, we haven't seen the kind of dramatic leaps that some other teams have experienced with their youth. In game adjustments, there have been occasions where Donovan has been outmaneuvered by opposing coaches, particularly in playoff settings. That said, it's crucial to remember that coaches often take more blame than they deserve. Many of our issues stem from roster construction and player performance rather than coaching decisions. Ultimately, while Donovan may not be a top 5 coach in the NBA, he's far from the biggest problem facing this Bulls team. A coaching change might provide a short-term spark, but it's unlikely to be a magic solution to all of our issues. The front office needs to focus on giving Donovan the right pieces to work with. If we can add another playmaker or a defensive anchor, it could unlock new dimensions in Donovan's system. As we wrap up, it's clear that the Bulls are at a crossroads. The decisions made in the coming weeks could shape the franchise for years to come. While there are intriguing trade targets out there, we shouldn't underestimate the potential for internal improvement. And although coaching is always an easy target for criticism, Billy Donovan isn't the root of our problems. The key for the Bulls will be finding the right balance between aggression and patience. We need to improve, but we can't afford to mortgage our entire future on a single move. What do you think, Bulls Nation? Should we make a big splash at the deadline? Or focus on small tweaks and internal development? Let me know in the comments below. And don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell to stay up to date on all things Chicago Bulls. See you next time, and as always, go Bulls!